Okay, just going to look at adding some graphs. So we have this one here, that's f of x, and we're going to add it to this one here, which is x plus 2, or y equals x plus 2. So we're adding that one, and we're adding it to this one. Okay, so when we add the graphs, basically what you do, if you draw like a little mini line down here, you're just adding the y values together. Okay, so the first point here, that would be like, if I drew that blue one, that would be like a big blue one and a kind of a smaller green one. So you get something around there. Just going to do the graph in orange. Okay, when you do this one here, that kind of gets a bit bigger because it's like adding two big negatives. When you add this one here at 0, that will add on to the other y value as 0. So it's looking like something like this. When you add that one there, that's like adding that twice because there's two y values, so it'll be up there somewhere. And when you're adding, let's just say, let's do another one. Let's say this one here with this one here, they're about the same, so it'll probably come back down through there. And then when you're coming on this side here, see the blue graph here gets bigger quite rapidly. So what you need to do is it'll be bigger than the straight line, so it'll end up being down there. So it's just the basic shape. I know that looks quite messy, but that's like your basic shape. Okay, if you look at this one, you've got to add on minus y equals minus x. So you draw y equals minus x here. It's like at 45 degrees. So let's just add, like, see there's a y value there. And when I add those two y values, I get a bigger y value. So there's something up there. Okay. When you add this one, that's like two y values. So it's going to be somewhere up there. Okay, so it kind of gets bigger. This one here, see that one? When I add that to that one, I get that one. Okay, that's what I'm going to get it because that's adding a y equals 0 onto this one. So let's add these ones. We've got this 0 and this y value. So that means you end up with that one. So I'd say it's coming down here like this. And then see this 0, I could add that onto that y value, so it just sits there. This is kind of above because like that's a bigger y value than this one here, and it's positive. So I think it's going to go somewhere around there. Okay, and if not, just estimate what the numbers are. Like, you know, you might be adding 1.5, and the one down here is like -1, so you get something like a half. So you're adding the two y values together. Okay, so that'll be there. Then we're going to come down here. And then these are just getting bigger because you've got two quite big numbers there. So it's just going to continue and go like that. So your basic graph will be here, here, and straight down there. Okay, if I'm looking at this one here, f of x and g of x, actually we found this one was really hard to draw, Rosie, so you don't worry about this one so much. Like that's 2 zeros there, right? And you can see it's really hard to see which one of these graphs is bigger. Okay, like I think this one's slightly bigger here, but it is really hard to see. That would be double. That one will come down there. This one here, we need something bigger here because we're adding two bigger y ones. So I guess like as a shape, it's really hard to sketch them when they're both like parabolas. I would say this one here, that one's going down more rapidly than that one's going up, but I think that's where it's really hard to see. So I think when it gets sketched, I think it'll come more that way and come down. So once again, you've got this y value, and this y value, so it's going to be very close to the axis there. But definitely when you come to here, you've got to come back down to that, and this one is double that. This one here has to come back to that because you're adding on y is 0. This is y equals 0, so that gets, added onto that y value. So where's that curve? That's y equals 0, it gets added onto this y value, so that'll be up there somewhere. So it's going to be like something like that. It's just an approximation, these graphs. It's very hard to get, especially the adding and subtracting, get real accuracy on it.